Somebody left the door open and the spring walked right in. The trumpet said it first with a wide and easy grin. A man beside the counter looked up from his cup. The piano started playing like it couldn't give it up. Voices from the square outside, bright across the stone. The bass walked through the whole room like it finally came home. No asking who had left it, no reason to complain. Just the door opened to the morning and the warm spring came. The trumpet leads the piano down a light road. The clarinet comes in behind them like it always knows. A woman laughs beside the window, turns and laughs again. The bass keeps walking through the laughter down the morning lane. Bicycle bells ringing somewhere near the square. The trumpet lifts above the rooftops into the open air. See the cafe fill with daylight, corner after wall. The piano plays the kind of spring that has room for all. No gray above the doorway, no chill inside the room. Just somebody left the door open and the spring came into bloom. The bass walks out to meet it, the trumpet follows on. The clarinet says something cheerful and the gray is gone. No story in the opening, no moment to assume. Just the door left wide to morning and the spring inside the room. 3 steps to the corner table. The waiter knows them well. The trumpet counted every morning by the sound and smell. A man sat at his corner, coat upon a hook. The bass walked in beside the 3 steps with a knowing look. The waiter turned at the 2nd step, the order half prepared. The piano came in warm between them because it always cared. No map inside the cafe, no sign above the floor. Just 3 steps to the corner table and the knowing more. The bass walks those 3 steps daily, patient, warm and known. The piano keeps the certain morning of a well-worn stone. A new face tries the corner once, finds it already claimed. The clarinet comes winding round the 3 steps, easy and unnamed. The regular arrives at 9, the corner waiting still. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the morning will see the cafe turn around it, 3 steps at its heart. The bass walks on below the turning, playing its small part. No asking of the corner, no reason to explain, just 3 steps to the corner table, always there again. The clarinet winds round the certainty the corner holds so well. The piano hums the kind of morning only corners tell. By noon the corners had 3 sittings, each one at its ease. The bass walks on below the sittings, through the warming breeze. No story in the knowing, no moment to presume, just 3 steps to the corner table in the warming room. The trumpet says the last warm word about the paths we wear. The piano holds the comfortable morning of the corner chair. The bass takes its last 3 steps, the clarinet wins home. 3 steps to the corner table, and nobody goes alone. The light that comes to at 4 hits the counter just so. The trumpet had been watching it since the morning's early glow. A man lifts up his cup into the golden band. The bass walked in below the lifting with a patient hand. The dust turns gold inside it, slow above the floor. The piano came and warmed behind the golden, asking nothing more. Go planning in the hitting, no clock above the wall, just the light that comes through at 4, giving gold to all. The bass walks through the golden band, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps the amber going in the afternoon glow. A woman turns her face to it, closes both her eyes. The clarinet comes winding through the golden like a warm surprise. Dust settles on the counter, gold against the wood. The trumpet says the afternoon thing about the light and good. See the cafe, sit inside it, gold from wall to wall. The bass walks on below the golden, catching it all. No asking when it fades, no holding what it brings, just the light that comes through at 4 and all its golden things. The clarinet wins through the amber, tender, slow and near. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only 4 can clear. shifts away, the counter back to wood. The bass walks on below, the shift in the way the bass understood. No story in the hidden, no reason to explore, just the light that comes through at 4 and then comes back no more. The trumpet fades above the counter, the clarinet wins low, the piano holds the last gold moment before it has to go. The bass takes its last warm step, the counter cools and clears. The light that comes through at 4 has done so. The barber across the lane opens at 8:30. The trumpet watched him every morning, never running late. A man beside the window watches scissors catch the light. The bass walked in below the watching, easy, warm and right. The barber hummed something to himself, his customer gone still. The piano came in bright behind the hum, and as a good piano will. No story in the watching, no reason to look away, just the barber across the lane, starting up his day. The bass walks on below, the scissors warm and round and clear. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the time of year. A boy runs past the barber's window, coat half on his back. The clarinet comes winding after down the narrow track. The barber lifts his hand in greeting to someone in the square. The piano keeps the bright thing going through the morning air. See the lane go warm and easy, chair and glass and comb. The bass walks on below the ordinary, carrying it home. No hurry in the watching, no need to understand, just the barber across the lane with the scissors in his hand. A mirror catches morning light, throws it on the wall. The piano hums the kind of morning that has room for all. The clarinet says what the ordinary means to those who see. The bass walks on below the mirror, warm and quietly free. No story left to carry, no moment to explain, just the barber and his scissors and the morning in the lane. The trumpet lifts above the rooftop, the clarinet winds down. The bass walks on below the scissors through the waking town. The piano holds the bright familiar, the barber keeps his time. Everything across the lane as ordinary as a rhyme. The swallows came back first, before the month was done. The trumpet said it saw them crossing in the sun. A man looked up above the square, his hand above his eyes. The bass walked in below the swallows under open skies. Wings above the rooftops, fast and thin and clear. The piano came in bright behind them, saying spring is here. No asking why they came back, no reason left to find. Just the swallows over the square, leaving winter behind. The trumpet follows one of them across the morning wide. The bass walks on below the flying, warm on every side. A woman at the window points and calls a name. The clarinet comes winding upward like a swallow came. Children in the square below, their faces to the sky. The piano keeps the bright thing going as the swallows fly. See the rooftops fill with circling wide and fast and free. The bass walks on below the freedom where the bass will be. No winter in the flying, no gray above the lane. Just the swallows coming back to what they always came to claim. The trumpet lifts its brightest phrase into the open blue. The clarinet says what the swallows mean to me and you. A nest above the doorway, built again from scratch. The piano hums the kind of spring that swallows always catch. No story in the returning, no ending to the flight. Just the swallows coming back into the warm and light. The bass walks out below the rooftops, the trumpet follows high. The clarinet wins one last circle across the morning sky. The piano holds the open blue, the swallows carry on. The bass walks on below the brightness long after they are gone. The morning moves at its own speed, nobody hurries it along. The piano set it to the room in something close to song. A man with both hands round his cup, his eyes not quite awake. The bass walked in below the waking for no particular sake. The ceiling holds the early light, pale and without weight. The trumpet said the soft thing about the easy late. No rushing of the morning, no clock above the chair. Just the morning at its own speed, moving through the air. The bass walks through the softness, round and worn and low. The piano keeps its gentle promise, letting morning go. Somebody half asleep, the clarinet comes winding through the slowness, soft and half in beat. Outside the street begins its day, without involving him. The trumpet hums the gentle something from the morning's rim. See the cafe wake so slowly, chair by chair and cup. The bass walks on below the waking, never giving up. No asking of the hour, no reason to begin, just the morning at its own speed, and the light coming in. The clarinet winds through the gentleness of an unhurried day. The piano hums the kind of morning made for staying this way. The trumpet says the last soft word about the unhurried thing. The piano holds the gentle morning of a quiet beginning. The bass takes its last soft step. The room sits warm and clear. The morning moves at its own speed, and that is why we're here. That is why. A quiet that has weight to it, settled in by 3. The piano said it felt it, landing softly free. A man who hadn't spoken since he walked inside. The bass walked in below the silence with a patient guide. The room held something heavy in the lightest way. The trumpet said the weighted something about the end of day. No sadness in the weight of it, no burden on the chair, just a quiet that has weight to it, and the soft afternoon air. The bass walks through the weighted quiet, soft and round and slow. The piano keeps its gentle weighted, letting afternoon go. A second man sat down nearby, neither spoke nor looked. The clarinet came winding through the weighted, soft as something cooked. The weight between them comfortable, neither felt the need. The trumpet hums the gentle something about the quiet free. See the cafe hold the weighted, soft and open wide. The bass walks on below the weighted, warm on every side. No asking of the silence, no filling of the air, just a quiet that has weight to it, and the soft and the there. The clarinet wins through the heaviness of a gentle afternoon. The piano hums the kind of quiet that settles into tune. By 5 the weight had lifted, as weighted quiet does. The bass walks on below the lifting, the way the quiet was. No story in the weighted, no moment to explain, just a quiet that had weight to it, and then went light again. The trumpet says the last soft word about the weight of still. The piano holds the gentle weighted of the afternoon until the bass takes its last soft step. The quiet lifts and clears, quiet that has weight to it, is softer than it appears. The rain came in at 3:30 with everyone it caught. The piano said the comfortable thing about the wet they brought. A man shook off his jacket, found the nearest seat. The bass walked in below the shaking through the rainy heat. 2 women at the doorway, laughing at their hair. The trumpet said the easy something about the sudden there. No planning in the coming, no warning from the sky, just what the rain brought in, and the cafe standing by. The bass walks through the wet coats, warm and round and near. The piano keeps the comfortable going for whoever's here. A man wrings out his newspaper, lays it on the chair. The clarinet comes winding through the dripping, through the steaming air. More people at the doorway, shaking, laughing still. The trumpet hums the welcome something with a patient will. See the cafe filled with rain people, cup by sudden cup. The bass walks on below the filling, never giving up. No asking how it started, no checking of the sky, just what the rain brought in and the cafe standing by. The clarinet winds through the wet and warm, easy, round and bright. The piano hums the kind of afternoon the rain makes right. By the time the rain has slowed outside, the cups are going round. The bass walks on below the slowing, through the warming sound. No story in the sheltering, no moment to explain, just the cafe full of people and the gratitude for rain. The trumpet lifts above the wet coat, the clarinet winds free. The piano holds the warm and gathered as it ought to be. The bass takes its last warm step, the rain keeps going still. What the rain brought in today, the cafe holds with will.
The space between two sentences is where the thinking lies. The piano set it softly for whatever silence gives. A man with pen above the paper, neither down nor up. The bass walked in below the hovering, soft beside his cup. The sentence half begun in him, the other not yet found. The trumpet said the quiet something about the middle ground. No rushing of the finding, no forcing of the word, just the space between two sentences and everything unheard. The bass walks through the pausing, soft and round and low. The piano keeps its gentle promise, letting the between show. A drop of something on the table, neither his nor mine. The clarinet comes winding through the pausing, soft as a half line. Outside a door closes gently, someone finds their way. The trumpet hums the gentle something about the middle of the day. See the cafe hold the pausing, soft and open wide. The bass walks on below the open, warm on every side. No asking of the sentence, no reaching for the end, just the space between two sentences and the easy bend. The clarinet wins through the thinking of an unhurried mind. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that posers leave behind. By 3, the sentence found him, the pen went slowly down. The bass walks on below the finding, through the afternoon town. No story in the pausing, no moment to explain, just the space between 2 sentences, and the finding once again.
The last light stays for spring, the way it never did before. The trumpet said it to the square, and the square said nothing more. A man still at his outside table, jacket on the chair. The bass walked in below the golden, soft into the air. The lamppost hadn't come on yet, the sky still holding blue. The piano came in warm behind the evening, carrying it through. No hurry in the staying out, no chill inside the lane, just the last light keeping longer for the spring again. The bass walks through the golden hour, every step still warm. The trumpet hums the evening something, far from any storm. Folds her book at last, looks up at the sky. The clarinet comes winding softly with a warm goodbye. Children called home from the square, their voices light and thin. The piano keeps the golden going as the lamps begin. See the sky hold blue a moment, longer than it should. The bass walks on below the blue, the way the evening would. No winter in the standing out, no memory of gray, just the last light staying longer at the end of a spring day. A bicycle light flickers on along the narrow lane. The bass walks on below the flickering, warm as afternoon rain. The piano hums the kind of evening only spring can give. The clarinet says what the long light means to everyone who lives. A coat collected from the railing Someone says goodnight. The trumpet lifts one final phrase into the fading light. No story in the staying late, no ending to pursue, just the last light staying longer, and the spring the whole way through. The bass walks home below the lamplight, the clarinet winds above. The trumpet fades into the evening, full of something close to love. The piano holds the last blue moment before the dark comes through. The last light stays for spring, and spring stays too. The second cup nobody ordered arrived beside the first. The trumpet said it saw it coming before anyone had thirst. A man looked at it sideways, then looked at the waiter's back. The bass walked in below the look and down the easy track. The waiter moved on without a word, another table turned. The piano came in warm beside the extra for the thing it earned. No asking of the bringing, no note beside the cup, just the second cup nobody ordered sitting fullin' up. The bass walks round the extra cup, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps the curious going, letting morning go. He drank it anyway by noon, set it with the first. The clarinet came winding through the drinking of the unordered thirst. The bill came with just one cup on it. The waiter never said. The trumpet hums the comfortable something about the extra bread. See the cafe carry on around the small mistake. The bass walks on below the carrying for nobody's sake. No story in the extra, no reason to explain, just the second cup nobody ordered coming round again. Clarinet wins through the amusement of the unrequested gift. The piano hums the kind of morning that a small mistake can lift. By afternoon he wonders if he should have said. The bass walks on below the wondering through the warming thread. No asking of the waiter, no moment to pursue, just the second cup nobody ordered and the morning coming through. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things we get. The piano holds a comfortable extra of a morning not quite yet. The bass takes its last warm step. The
cups sit clean and clear. The second cup nobody ordered was exactly what was needed here.
Windows open all the way for the first time since fall. The trumpet said it to the street, and the street said it to all. A man leaned out above the lane, his coffee in his hand. The bass walked in below the morning like it had been planned. Curtains lifting wide and easy, reaching for the square. The piano came in bright behind them, filling up the air. No reason left to keep them shut, no chill inside the frame. Just the windows open all the way, and the spring that finally came. The bass walks through the open rooms, light from wall to wall. The trumpet leads the morning forward down the open hall. A woman hangs the washing out above the narrow lane. The clarinet comes winding upward like a warm refrain. Voices crossing window to window, easy in the heat. The piano keeps the bright thing going down the waking street. See the morning fill the rooms now, every corner lit. The bass walks on below the brightness, perfectly to fit. No winter in the curtains, no memory of cold. Just the windows open all the way, and the morning bright and bold. The trumpet finds the highest phrase it had been saving long. The piano follows close behind it into the open song. A bicycle goes by below its bell, a single ring. The clarinet says what the open windows mean about the spring. No story in the opening, no moment to explain. Just the windows finally open and the warm sun in the lane. The bass walks out into the morning, the trumpet follows on. The clarinet stays one bar longer, then everything moves on. The light that comes to at 4 hits the counter just so. The trumpet had been watching it since the morning's early glow. A man lifts up his cup into the golden band. bass walked in below the lifting with a patient hand. The desk turns gold inside it, slow above the floor. The piano came and warm behind the golden, asking nothing more. Go planning in the hitting, no clock above the wall. Just the light that comes through at 4, giving gold to all. The bass walks through the golden band, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps the amber going in the afternoon glow. A woman turns her face to it, closes both her eyes. The clarinet comes winding through the golden like a warm surprise. Dust settles on the counter, gold against the wood. The trumpet says the afternoon thing about the light and good. See the cafe, sit inside it, gold from wall to wall. The bass walks on below the golden, catching it all. No asking when it fades, no holding what it brings. Just the light that comes through at 4 and all its golden things. The clarinet wings through the amber, tender, slow and near. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only 4 can clear. It shifts away, the counter back to wood. The bass walks on below the shifting, the way the bass understood. No story in the hidden, no reason to explore. Just the light that comes through at 4 and then comes back no more. The trumpet fades above the counter, the clarinet wins low. The piano holds the last gold moment before it has to go. The bass takes its last warm step, the counter cools and clears. The light that comes through at 4 has done so. After the rain, the cobblestones shine better than before. The clarinet said it first from the inside of the door. A man stepped out to look at them, his cup still in his hand. The bass walked in below the looking, warm and newly fanned. Each stone a little mirror, holding its small sky. The candle came in bright behind the shining, not quite knowing why. No asking lasting of the raining, no memory of gray. Just after the rain, the cobblestones shining up the day. The bass walks on the wet ones, patient, warm and bright. The piano keeps the freshened going into the afternoon light. A bicycle goes through them, sends the sky in rings. The clarinet winds through the ripples of the easy things. Two women stop and photograph the shiniest of the lot. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the rain we got. See the streets set freshly polished, stone by shining stone. The bass walks on below the polished, never quite alone. No winter in the shining, lasting of the cloud. Just after the rain, the cobblestones saying something proud. The clarinet winds through the brightness, each wet stone reflects. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only rain corrects. The shine begins to fade. The bass walks on below the fading, through the warmth it made. No story in the shining, no moment to explain. Just after the rain, the cobblestones waiting for the rain. The trumpet lifts above the wet stones, the clarinet winds free. The piano holds the last bright shining, as it ought to be. The bass takes its last one step across the drying stone. After the rain, the cobblestones were never quite alone.
The evening comes in like a guest that nobody invited. The clarinet said it wasn't minding, actually delighted. A man looked up and saw the light had changed while he was reading. The bass walked in below the changing, gently interceding. The room went amber at the edges, soft along the wall. The piano came in warm behind the amber, barely there at all. No announcement in the coming, no knock upon the frame, just the evening like a guest that always comes the same. The bass walks through the amber softness, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps its gentle amber in the evening glow. A lamp comes on above the counter. Nobody reached to switch. The clarinet wins through the lamplight without a single hitch. Voices drop a little lower, somehow always do. The trumpet says the gentle something about the amber through. See the cafe turn to amber, soft from wall to wall. The bass walks on below the amber, catching it all. No winter in the arriving, no asking it to stay, just the evening like a guest at the end of day. The clarinet wins through the gentleness of an amber room. The piano hums the kind of evening that arrives too soon. By 7 every table has its own small glow. The bass walks on below the glowing, the way the evenings go. No story in the arriving, no moment to explain, just the evening like a guest that always comes again. The trumpet says its last soft word into the amber air. The clarinet wins one final circle through the lamplight there. The piano holds a last soft amber against the cooling night. The bass takes its last slow step into the fading light. The evening like a guest sits down without a sound. The softest kind of company's always to be found.